Hi guys, welcome to Writing with Miss Gilman. As you guys already know, there's a situation this week. So writing is going to be a little different. Instead of having the amazing Mrs. Dodd, you're going to get to work with me a little bit, which is awesome because I love writing. I love that you can be creative and have your own mind come out and come with different ways and reasoning for things. So I'm really excited to be able to work with you on this. So this week, the writing prompt that you're going to be doing and the writing you're going to be working on is called persuasive writing. So persuasive writing is where you basically talk somebody into doing something. So the good thing about persuading somebody to do something is sometimes it works, right? But in order for persuasive writing or persuading somebody in general to work, you always have to give good reasons. So, in school, in the school building right now, your classmates, the other people that are in 5th grade, this week they're going to be working on writing a persuasive piece, trying to convince the principal that they should have extra recess. Now, if you were the principal and you had all of these kids coming and say, we should have extra recess because I want it, am I really going to give extra recess? No. But if you have all these kids coming and saying, we should have extra recess because it lets me exercise. It helps me get out my energy. It helps me play outside and get fresh air. It keeps me outside under the sun. It lets me have a good time with my friends. It helps me get better at running. I can practice doing my cartwheels. If I give reasons like that, it's probably going to make it a little bit more interesting for her. And she might actually consider giving extra recess, right? So when you're writing a persuasive piece, that is the biggest thing, and the biggest point that you need to understand is you need to give explicit reasons. So very specific reasons. So you're going to be writing a persuasive piece this week. You're going to write Miss Gilman, Miss Martin, and Mrs. Dodd, and you're going to try to persuade us to let you have one whole day without any work. So think about it. What could be some things that you could do instead of work? What could you do instead of doing math or reading or writing for that day? Or science and social studies? Could you do something around the house? Could you volunteer some time around the neighborhood? Now, if you come to me and say, Miss Gilman, you should let me have a full day, that way I can play video games, my answer will be no. But if you say, Miss Gilman, I really want a full day, that way I don't have to do any schoolwork, and then I can go volunteer and mow the grass for my neighbor down the street that doesn't have time to mow. Or maybe I can go help plant flowers in the garden to make it a better neighborhood. I want you to come up with good reasons to persuade the teachers why you should not have to work for one full day. Depends on how well your writing is, what the response will be. You never know. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to do a little bit of a sample of my brainstorming session. And then tomorrow, I'm going to actually do the model part where I'm going to model how I would actually write this, at least the first part of my story and the first part of my persuasive letter. Okay. Your job is to kind of think about how I am doing my portion. And then on the next slide, you're going to do your brainstorming. So today is just brainstorming. It's not your writing piece. If you want to start on that, you can, but you don't have to. Today is just brainstorming. So what you're going to see, I'm going to make myself smaller. On my screen right here, what I decided to do is I just have a blank Google Doc. Okay. If you need to know a new Google Doc, you can actually go to docs.new. You don't need this because you have it on the next slide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write right here, reasons that I should have a full day without work. What could I be doing instead of schoolwork? Remember, on this question, the more that you're giving back to the community, the more that you're doing something for other people, the better it is that we're probably going to listen to you. The more that you're like, well, I want to sleep all day, or I want to play my video game, or I want to lounge on the couch and watch TV, that's not a good enough reason. I need a good reason to make this happen. You never know. I might even give you time away from math one day. Okay. So what are some good reasons? Okay. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make it bullet point because I know that I know that's an easy way. I have this helps me organize. So what I could be doing instead of work? I could be mowing my neighbor's lawn. I could be helping clean up the community garden. Maybe I could be helping an elderly neighbor clean their house. Maybe I could do random acts of kindness for a day. Maybe I'll go around just doing random acts of kindness. Maybe I will do sidewalk art around the neighborhood. So here are just some ideas. Now, when I'm writing my final piece, I can narrow down to exactly what I would do, but I can also give other ideas for that too. So what would I be doing instead of work? Why is it important to take time away? And again, this is where I'm going to go to my bullet points. It's important because I get to focus on something outside of school. Fresh air. Because if I'm outside, I'm going to get fresh air. Get away from the computer or technology for the day. Right? Notice that I'm not putting any of these in sentences. It's a list. None of them need to be in sentences. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to leave you with what I have here. So your job, and if you want to continue to watch this part and use some of these, that's fine. Your job is to figure out what are you going to do instead of work and why is it important. And then you're going to then have that ready for our lesson on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I want you to have this list ready. We're going to try to make it through the whole publishing process this week. So this is our brainstorming planning phase. Tomorrow, we're going to do our drafting. So make sure this is ready by tomorrow. All right. Have a great day, guys, and I will see you soon.